Hi, I'm Terry from Bed and Biscuits Boarding and Training Facility. This is Max. He's an Airedale. He's full of himself, but he's done pretty darn good. From what he came in here, boy, he was a mess, but he still can be, but you just got to know how to work with him. When he gets real strong-willed and doesn't want to do what you want him to do, there's a fine line. Make him do it, but then again, don't go too far and dwell on it, because he can get real, he doesn't get aggressive at all. He just gets an attitude about it. Very, very strong-willed. Anyway, I believe this is your leash, I'm not certain. A 6-foot leash and a prong collar. I've used with his training a prong collar. Nothing special, just a prong collar. And he seems to work best with it. Only put it on him when you're working him, training him. Don't leave it on him, because he can get caught on a gate, latch, or doorknob or anything like that, and it's a type of choker, so he can hang himself. Through all these exercises, Max will be at your left side, dog will be at your left side. Sit. And we're going to do the heel, the sit stay, the down stay, and the recall. We're going to use hand signals as well as verbal commands through it all. So when we return, we'll come back to the heel unleash. Good boy, Max. Again, 6-foot leash, prong collar, dog is at your left side. I usually have him in a sit, but he can be laying down either way. When you take your first step, ask him to heel. And if he doesn't want to go, every once in a while he gets that rebellious stage, doesn't want to go, don't turn and face him and try to pull him like this. It's like a horse, they won't come to you like that. Just keep walking, pull and release, keep walking, he'll come, okay? If you cater to him and stop walking, he's going to do it a lot, and that means he's kind of winning that little argument. Okay, Max, come on, sit. Got something in his mouth there. All right, it's only a rock. Sit. All right. So when you take your first step, come on, Max, come. Sit. Stay. Take your first step, ask him to heel. When you stop walking, he should sit, but as long as he stops when you do, that's all we're asking. Ready, boy? Heel. Good boy. Come on, man. Good boy. Good boy. Max, heel. Come on. Good boy. Come on, Max. Come on. Exercise finished, and praise your dog. It's going to be Max's sit stay again. Going to be at your left side. The hand signal to sit is bring your hand up like this. Okay? The next hand signal to stay is put the palm of your hand in his face as you walk away. You may only get this far away at first. Eventually you want to get back to the end of your leash like I'm going to do here. But I'm going to teach you the hand signals, the sit, the stay. Go to the end of your leash, continue to tell him to stay, only for a few seconds. Then return, get all the way back here like this to him before you release him. Okay, so let's see how he does. Come on, Max. Sit, sit, stay. Reinforce the word stay, 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 stay. Continue to make him stay. Exercise finished. Good boy. Come on. Come on. Good boy. It must be getting okay, this is going to be his down stay. You're going to have him in a sit at your left side. Turn to face him. You're going to put your finger right to the ground as you tell him to down. Tell him to stay. Walk to the end of your leash if you can get that far for a short time. It's kind of warm out here. He's really wanting, come on. Really wanting to lay down anyway. Sit. Okay? Hey. Down. Come on. Stay. Stay. No. If he gets back up, put him right back here, kind of where you started from. He inched his way forward a little bit. Sit. Down. Stay. 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 Just for a few seconds. Stay. 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 Exercise finished. Come on. Good boy. Got a little tangled up. Good boy. Okay, this is going to be his last exercise, which is going to be the recall. You're going to sit him, stay, walk the end of your leash, or as far as you can get, even if it's like 1 or 2 steps. This is fine. And bring your hand to your chest as you tell him to come, and he should come to you. I like him to sit at your feet. As long as he comes to you, is what we're trying to get him to do. Sit. Good boy. Stay. 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 Max, come. Exercise finished. Praise your dog. Good boy. Okay, Max has done really well. He's got his own personality. He's kind of goofy sometimes, but he's very much a puppy. I only do these exercises. I try to do them twice a day. I'm talking through this one, so it's lasted much longer. It only takes 5 or 10 minutes, like twice a day if you can. Inside, outside, different environments. Once he gets better and he's listening better to you, you can take him in different environments where there's a little bit different distractions each time, and he'll only get better. Let me see. Do not keep the training collar on him. Only put this prong collar on when you're training him. Every other time, leave it off. I mean, if you're going to walk him somewhere and you want him to really listen and you know there's going to be some distractions, that's fine. But to put him out in the yard and let him play, or in the house, he can get caught if he jumps up on a doorknob, latch on a gate, tree limb, anything like that. If he gets it hooked, it's a type of choker. It can choke him, you know, really bad. So, hey, come on, this way. So, he's done really well. Come on, come. Good boy. Sit. Sit. And he listens most of the time, but he does get rebellious sometimes. And one thing I wanted to talk to you about, a couple things. When I go in and out of doorways, I put him in a sit, stay, I open the door. Of course, he's on a leash. Do the recall, tell him to come after you go through the doorway first. I do that coming in and going out of the kennel. And don't be afraid to pull on this. He's a tough, rugged dog. So this prong collar, it's almost bottomed out. It's nowhere near too tight. It's very loose on him, actually. It's not going to even go all the way tight on him. But when he's not listening, don't be afraid. Give it a good pull. But if he gets rebellious and wants to lay on the ground and roll like an alligator, which he started that to begin with when he first came here, don't cater to him and watch him roll. Just try to continue to walk and kind of just give a pull and release, and keep walking. He'll get up and go with you if he tries it. He's out of that stage here now, but he may try it with you at home. When he puts his paws up on the leash when you're walking, try to keep the leash up high and then continue to walk him. Sometimes I'll walk him in a left-hand circle. That way he has to think about turning, and he's turning away from you. It's the opposite. It's hard for him to put his front paws on a leash. It's a bad habit for him to get into. Do everything you can to discourage him from doing that, because that becomes a real bad habit. Sometimes it can get pretty hard to break if he does it too long. But that shows the smarter dogs, the rebellious smart dogs, do that. So another thing too, I seen when you were coming here to visit him, when you go to petting, especially the gentleman, when he goes to pet him, you put your hands out like this, and when he's in a frame of mind to like nip and play, he goes after your fingers, and like you said, he would scratch you, get you bleeding on your arms. When he does that, I've taught him not to do it with me. It took a little while, but when he does, he's not doing it now because he's tired. But when you go to like that, don't feed him your fingers. Go around, especially if you know he's in that mode, go around behind him and go behind his head where he can't. Just pet him like that. It gets his mind off from it pretty quickly. And this here, don't let him chew on the leash. You don't want him to get him in the habit of chewing on a leash. That's a bad habit. But don't feed him your fingers, because that will only make him want to do that longer and longer. You got that. Come on, Goofy. Come on, baby. Come on. Good boy. Sit. I don't let him play like that too long, because like he was just doing there. Sit. He puts his front paws over top of the leash. Bad habit. Okay. But try to train with him with his collar twice a day if you can. Inside, outside, outdoors, doesn't matter. And he'll get better and better, and maybe later on down the road, you can bring him out for an off-leash. Thank you very much. Good boy. Okay, Max is done pretty good. He's kind of a goofy fella, and he's funny though. He does good. He's got his own little personality. Come on, babe. Sit. But he does listen. It's just going to take repetition over and over and over again. One thing I've seen that I wanted to remember to tell you, I seen when you came to visit him, sometimes you would put your hand out, and when he would be in a nippy kind of mood, and I got him to do it to me too, but see if I can get him to do it now. But I'll show you the difference. He probably won't do it. Come on, baby. Get him to sit. When he's real excited, if you put your fingers like this, he'll try to nip at him. And I say no. And I always go back behind around the head. If you feed him your fingers, when he's teething like that, he is going to go for them. It's a rough play. It can cut you, like I think you said it has done in your hand and arms. Don't feed him your hands, your toes, anything like that. The minute he starts going after, you know, a puppy, it's natural. A puppy's going to try to do that nibbling. Go to the back, go around back of his head, go somewhere else to pet him. But if you go straight towards his face, it's now he's made a game out of it with you. I seen that when you were here before. No dig. Come on. Come on. Sit. So, sit. So when you go to pet him, just go right around the back of his head, pet him. Don't give him your fingers like that. And sometimes if he's really in the mood, he'll hunt for your fingers and try to find them. But if you feed him your fingers straight like that, when he's in the mood, he is going to go. I've taught him.